Today I'm doing a simple, easy way of a stuffed meatloaf using one of these. I'm going to show you right after this. Hey Garden Maters, welcome to Corner Homestead. So I'm back in the kitchen, and as promised, I am going to show you an easy way of making a stuffed meatloaf. And all you need is a Ziplock bag. I've been making my stuffed meatloaves this way for many years. It is so much easier, so much less time consuming, and I make them ahead of time, and I seal them, and I put them in the freezer, and when I'm ready, I just pull them out and put one in the oven from frozen. So of course I'm all out of them in my freezer now, and it's time to make more. So this is what I use. 5-pound ground beef log. This will give me 3 meatloaves, really good sized ones out of it. And of course you put in any seasonings you want. The only thing I use is this meatloaf seasoning mix, and of course some of my complete seasoning, a little bit of onion powder, some eggs, some breadcrumbs. So easy and simple. Let me show you how. Let's get started. First things first. Not going to have it all over my hands. I have all 5 pounds of ground beef in this bowl. It's a lot of beef. I'm going to sprinkle in my 2 packets of the meatloaf seasoning. Going to crack in 4 eggs. That one didn't want to come open. I'm going to put in a little bit of my complete seasoning. It's not going to be a whole lot, just a little bit. There's so much seasoning in the meatloaf packets. And I always put in extra onion powder. And of course the breadcrumbs, I'm just going to be using my Italian style. I just put them in my canister. And I just go by looks and actually smell for the seasoning. And of course feel. Just get it all good and mixed up. This is a workout in itself. Whew. This is the hardest part of making it. I promise it gets easier. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay, so normally I put in onion in the center of the meatloaf when I go to stuff it. But this time, I'm going to put it in with the meat because I'm not going to put it inside. I have other plans. So I've chopped up 1 very large onion, and I have it on the plate. It's a lot of onion, but this is a lot of ground beef. And I've just diced it. So I'm going to add this into it and mix it some more. But you can choose to leave the onion out and put it into the center, or just make it this way, or not use any at all. Whatever you decide is perfectly up to you. I guess that's pretty good there. Now you see why I like to wear the gloves. These are food safe gloves. So that is why I use them. This is where it's going to get a little bit more messier, but I want to turn it out. I don't want it in the bowl anymore. It's easier to do this part on the counter. Now, of course, if you're just doing a single meatloaf, 1 or 2 pounds of ground beef, you won't have to turn it out and do all this. But this is easier when I do 5 pounds at once. Let me move that over. So I want to make a huge meatball. And then I'm going to divide it into 3s. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just wanted to give you about a basic idea. You can kind of eyeball it, see if it's kind of even. And then we take one section, put it into our Ziplock bag. And now I'll clean up my mess. Okay, now this is where the fun kind of begins. We want to seal up the bag. Make sure you get all the air out of it. We're going to lay this as flat as we can and use the rolling pin. Just going to roll it out. Now you will have to adjust the bag every now and then because of the air, but you want it as flat as you can get it. And of course, no air in the bag. Just treat it like you would cookie dough. When you get a little air like this, just open a corner, press that as much as you can, seal it back up. Make sure it's very well sealed. You don't want it to go past the seal. So basically, you have one big flat meat patty. I'm gonna do the other 2, and then I'll be right back to show you how to stuff this the easy way. Okay, so this is the last one. You want to just do it as even as you can. Try to keep it as even in thickness all the way as around as you can. But as you can see, I've got 2 and 3. Now we're going to stuff them, and I'm going to show you the very, very easy way. Okay, so this is where actually the fun begins, because you can stuff this meatloaf with anything you desire. Anything. I have used mozzarella cheese and pepperoni. And of course, like I said, I always put onion in it, but this time I put it in the meatloaf itself, so I won't do onion. But my favorite thing to stuff them with is Swiss cheese and ham. So like I said, anything you want to stuff it with, green pepper, you can just do it in veggies, green pepper, onion, that type of thing. The choices are endless, and you get to be the artist. Okay, so what we want to do, I turn it around so the zipper is facing me. Now we can open it. I'm going to use my scissors, and we're going to cut directly down the center. And then you want to cut across the back, each side this way. You can use a sharp knife too if you don't want to use scissors. Now I can turn it around. and that way. And what that does is give you a way to open it like a packet. Just peel it back. If it sticks to the plastic, it's okay. Just gonna fill it back in. And now you want to take whatever you're stuffing it with, whatever you choose to stuff it with, and you want to lay it in the middle. Leave a little edge, 2 pieces of ham down. Then I'm going to do 4 pieces of cheese. It's pretty thin. And 2 more pieces of ham over top. So whatever you decide, just put it on in here. Now the fun part is turning it sideways. Take your plastic and just fold it over. And we just roll it. But use the plastic because it makes roll-ups so much easier. Get to this side. Bring this side around. And fold in that side. And you want to take the edge, crimp it down. This is where you want to seal it really well on that edge. And on the outsides as well. Close in the ends. And there you have it. One sealed now this is one sealed easy way to stuff your meatloaf. So because this is going to go into the freezer for cooking at a later time, and when you go to cook them, make sure you put the seal side down. But now I just take tin foil and I keep it in this bag. Wrap the bag back around. Trust me, it makes for easy removal later out of the freezer. Then we're going to turn it long ways, wrap it in tin foil. And then this will go into the food saver bag. That's why we don't worry about how well it's wrapped. Do the other 2, and then I'll get the food saver out here. Okay, so I'm going to seal up 2 of them. The third one is not going to need to be sealed because it's going in the caloric oven and it's going to be our dinner. And there we have a perfectly sealed stuffed meatloaf. For any time we're in a pinch, just get it out of the freezer and cook it. So even though it takes some time to do the actual mixing of the meat, get the seasonings in there and everything, because like I say, if you're doing enough for one meatloaf, 1 or 2 pounds of ground beef, it's not going to take quite that long. Every time I do this, I always do at least 5 pounds of ground beef because I want those extras to have them in the freezer ready to go for when I need to just get them out and get them cooked. And of course, it doesn't take long to stuff them at all if you use the method with the Ziplock bag. So I hope you decide to make some of the stuffed meatloaves for yourself. Stuff it with anything you like, anything your family likes. But I'm telling you, they turn out delicious. So please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Love to have you as part of the community. Love to watch the Garden Majors grow. So until next time, I love you all. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you on the next video. Good gravy. They don't even snap.